Hi everyone, welcome to NetGate Chemistry. I hope all of you are preparing well for your exams. So today we are going to solve some of the previous year questions of chemical bonding of CSIR NET exams. Okay, so the first question is the geometries of Br3 positive and I5 positive respectively are. Options are trigonal and tetrahedral, tetrahedral and trigonal bipyramidal, tetrahedral and linear and trigonal pyramidal. So basically in this question we have to find out the geometries of both of these compounds, right? So first we'll move on to Br3 positive. Okay, Br3 positive. First of all we have to find out which one will be the central atom. So here Br is going to be the central atom, that is understood already, right? So first of all we have to know how many valence electrons Br will be having. So since this is a halogen, so it will be having 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, but because it is having a positive charge, so one electron, the 7th electron, will be donated because of the positive charge, right? Now this Br is attached to 2 more Br atoms like this, right? So here 2 Br are present, so it will form bond with 2 Br atoms, right? Like this. So now we have to find out what will be the geometry of this Br3 positive, right? So basically here we have 1 2 3 and 4 electrons. So if I draw it again, so actually Br is bonded with 2 more Br atoms and it is having 4 electrons like this. So it will be present like this in the form of 2 lone pairs, right? So this is going to be basically the geometry of Br3 positive. So this type of geometry is called trigonal bipyramidal geometry, right? So Br3 positive is going to have trigonal bipyramidal geometry. So this is first. Now the second compound is I5 positive. So here also iodine is going to be the central atom, right? So iodine also belongs to halogen family. It will be having 7 valence electrons, but because of the positive charge 1 electron will be donated, right? This will be donated because of the positive charge. So it is attached to 4 more iodine, right? Like this. So it will be bonded to 4 more iodines like this, and it will be having 1 lone pair, right? So this will be the geometry. So the geometry, this type of geometry is called trigonal bipyramidal, right? How we know the geometries? Through steric number, right? So steric number is nothing but total number of lone pairs plus bond pairs. So here in first case there are 2 lone pairs and 2 bond pairs, so the steric number is 4. And here also, actually here the steric number is 1 2 3 4 and 5. Here the steric number is 5, right? Okay, here the geometry is not trigonal bipyramidal. For steric number 4 the geometry is tetrahedral, right? Sorry for the mistake. Here the geometry is tetrahedral due to steric number 4, and here the geometry is trigonal bipyramidal due to steric number 5. The shape, if I here we only have to find the geometries, but if I ask you about the shape in the question, then what will be the shape? Here the shape will be bent, right? It will be bent shape. And in second case shape will be seesaw, right? Seesaw shape is like this: iodine, 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 like this and positive charge. Okay, here also bromine is having positive charge. So here we have got the answers. Both the first geometry is tetrahedral and second is trigonal bipyramidal, right? So the correct option is B. Okay, and if they ask you about the shape, then you know for first the shape is bent and for second the shape is seesaw. So this is all about this question. Okay, so before heading out to the second question, I want to tell you guys something about the difference between structure, shape and geometry of molecules. Okay, so first we'll study a little bit about that for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll move on to the second question, so that we are clear with our concepts, that what is asked in the question. So now if I talk about H2O molecule, right, a water molecule, then using water molecule I will try to make you understand about the structure, geometry and shape. First of all, if I ask you about the structure of molecule, so in structure you don't have to think about the orientation of lone pairs and bond pairs around the central atom. Okay, so if I ask you about the structure of water, so you can make it any way, right? Any way, your number of lone pair and bond pair, both of them should be correct. Okay, the structure which you are making could be like anything, okay, but you should be correct with your lone pair and bond pair and also the attachment of atoms. Okay, so this is all about the structure, most rough drawing, right? So next, if we move to the geometry, then here you have to show the correct orientation. Okay, there should be correct orientation of bond pairs and lone pairs, right? So if I talk about water molecule, so the orientation should be like this, correct? Okay, so you have to think about the angles also. Okay, it is like this. So this will be the geometry. Orientation of both lone pair and bond pair matter. Okay, now if I talk about the shape of molecule, then what will happen? In case of shape of the molecule, it is the most correct drawing, because we know that lone pair is not present at a specific space, right? It is like a electron cloud which is present over oxygen. So we'll not show the lone pairs, we always show the bond pairs only. Okay, and the orientation should be correct. So most correct drawing is shape. Okay, and the orientations should be correct. Here lone pairs are not represented because the lone pairs are basically the electron clouds, right? So this is all about the difference between structure, geometry and shape. So now we are going to solve some of the related questions as we have solved this first question. So I'll try to solve all the related questions, like in which they have asked about the structure, geometry or shapes of the molecule, so that we are clear with one of the concepts. Okay, so now we'll head on to the question number 2. So the second question is that number of lone pairs are identical in XeF4 ClF3, XeF4 ICl4 negative, XeO2 F2 ICl4 negative and XeO4 and Cl F3. So we have to find out basically the geometries of these molecules. So the molecules for which we have to find out the geometries are XeF4 ClF3, XeF4 XeO4 ICl4 negative, XeO2 F2, right? And that's about it. So first we'll go for the geometry of XeF4. Okay, see, xenon is from noble gas family, so it will be having 8 electrons in the valence shell. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 electrons. Now it is attached to 4 fluorines, 3 and 4. So now it will be having 4 bonds with these 4 fluorines and will be having two lone pairs. So XeF4 is having two lone pairs. Okay, now this is first. Now second we'll move on to ClF3. Here central atom will be Cl. It belongs to halogen family, so it will be having 7 electrons in the valence shell. Now it is attached to 3 fluorines like this, right? So it will be having two lone pairs. So this is also having two lone pairs. Both of them are having two lone pairs. So we have got the answer, but still we'll look for lone pairs in other compounds also, so that we get some practice, right? So next is XeO4. Xenon will be the central atom having 8 electrons in the valence shell. Right now here Xe is attached with 4 oxygens. So we know that oxygen is bivalent. Bivalent means it will be attached to xenon via 2 bonds, right? 1 sigma and 1 pi. So it will be like this. Okay, so here 0 lone pairs will be present. Okay, now next structure is ICl4 negative. So here central atom will be iodine. Okay, and it is also having a negative charge, that is it will be having 1 extra electron along with the valence shell electrons. So iodine will be having 7 valence shell electrons along with 1 extra electron due to the negative charge. Now this iodine is attached to 4 Cl atoms, right, via sigma bond like this. So it will be having 2 lone pairs. Okay, and next is XeO2F2, right? So here oxygen is bivalent and fluorine is univalent. So central atom will be xenon having 8 electrons in the valence shell. Okay, 2 oxygens will be attached like this, okay, because these are bivalent, and 2 fluorines will be attached like this. So it will be having 1 lone pair. Okay, so this is all about the concept of finding lone pairs. Okay, so we have to look for the geometry or structure of the molecule. So we have already got the answer, that is A. This pair is having, in this pair both are having 2 lone pairs, so the correct option is A. Okay, so this is all about the second question. In the next video we are going to solve some more questions of previous year of CSIR net of chemical bonding. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.